Boom, boom, boom. Hello all. I realised that it might just look like the same video every time because I'm just routing pages. Okay, I have another Moon Knight commission to do today. So I can either do the bone costume or the regular Moon Knight suit or the superhero costume. You guys decide. First one to decide which one, the suit, which I did last week, the bone costume, or the superhero costume. First person to comment, I'll do that one. Who will it be? I should probably tweet I'm doing this. Hello, Kazuto Archer. Which would you like me to draw, Kazuto? Of the Moon Knights, of the 3 different Moon Knight suits, which would you prefer I draw? The bone costume, the regular suit and tie, or the superhero costume? You get to tell me. Or the first person to leave a comment gets to decide. This is exciting, isn't it? Well, guys, I can see you're watching, so don't let me make a decision. See, I can't just start drawing because I need to know which costume. Oh, that's okay, Kazuto. Don't worry. Hey, Brian, help me out. I have to draw Moon Knight. Do I draw the suit and tie, the superhero costume, or the bone costume? I'm trying to do a kind of a America's Got Talent type situation. Okay, Kazuto, you got it. Superhero. Alright, no problem. Okie dokie. Sorry, Brian, you snooze, you lose. Kazuto got in there. Okay, superhero costume. I haven't drawn this one in a while. What are you laughing about, Brian? You were a loser. No, I'm just kidding. I got a lot of Moon Knight requests for C2E2 and yeah, different versions. So I remember Kazuto. You mentioned before. I'm sorry. English isn't your first language. Second here. Where's me? Yeah, I can't whistle. Sorry. Do do do. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, thank you, Kazuto. Thank you. I really enjoyed working on that. And thank you, Brian. Hey, Minsk. How you doing? And thank you for addressing me correctly. Mike Henderson is a fantastic artist, and I miss him so much. But yeah, he's great. It was so cool to have him on that book. Kazuto asks if I've ever met Stan Lee, and I'm afraid I haven't. No, I saw him once. I was at a San Diego Comic Con in 2007, and I got to go to this this party, this rooftop hotel party, and I saw him there, but I was too shy. I didn't want to bother him. So yeah, I didn't talk to him, which I regret because I never had an opportunity after that. So there's a lesson there somewhere. Especially as I didn't want to bother him. I was being all Irish about it, but I was told afterwards that he was like super. He was really nice, and he'd always chat away to fans. So yeah, my mistake. Hey John, how's it going? I haven't drawn this costume in a while. Just trying to remember it as I draw it. Fine. If you see somebody like that, you just say hi. Yeah, that's a good way to be. I was overly nice about it. That's really cool you got to meet them though, man. And look, I saw him. I saw him in real life. That's good enough for me. Sure, what would I have said to him? Stan. Yeah, no, I'm probably better off not talking to him. Change the chums. Oh wow, bloody hell. Brian, Tim Cook. That's crazy. I know with Alec Baldwin once. He was standing right next to me and I didn't say anything. But I was at a thing with a lot of celebrities, so I actually did talk to some of them. So when I saw Alec Baldwin, who I love, I figured, you know what, I'm not going to be greedy. He was like in the middle of leaving, so I didn't want to like get in his face and go like, oh, by the way, I'm a big fan. I was plenty happy with how my evening had gone. Still would have been class to talk to Alec Baldwin though, admittedly. That is a legend. Oh, you got a picture? Deadly. I've got my overall composition figured out here. Kazuto, if I was invited, I would. I've never been to Brazil. I'd love to go. I know a few brilliant Brazilian artists. Very cool to meet. Give me a second, I want to look up some reference of buildings I can use here. Don't spend all day looking for folder F, but that'll do. Okay. Right. Where's my brush? Ah, shite. Knocked me the pens over, sorry. This brush pen's getting a little dry on me. Just is for now. stick them in there. Hey Tooth, how's it going? Indeed, another Monday stream. Get them while they're going. If there's anybody new here, feel free to ask questions or what have you. I tend to get a little bit drowsy actually when I'm doing these, so it helps keep me my brain going. Hey Stokes. Stokes book. Don't think you've commented before. How's it going? Just gonna stretch a bit here. Next. What the fuck is this doing in there? That's why it keeps falling over. Clean my maybe sure. Stokes. Oh, well, I'm glad you caught the stream this time. The Kirby bats. Oh, thanks so much. Cheers. Yeah, that one came out much better than I was expecting. I like to have a rough idea of what I'm doing before I start drawing these commissions. But I literally hadn't a feckin' clue what I was going to do for that one. And that's something someone had been asking for quite a while, so it's not like it was a surprise or anything. But same with this, actually. I just hadn't decided what I was going to draw today, so I had somebody else asked or suggested. Okay, I just saw somebody called um, Longbox Looks is watching on Twitter. I was just about to respond on Twitter saying thanks for watching, and I realized if you're watching, I can just say hello. So, hi, Jacqueline. Your stuff is really cool, by the way. And Jacqueline does these kind of makeup effects, and a lot of them are themed on like comics and stuff, and they're really cool. Haha, like Jacqueline, I tricked you into leaving a comment. You're very welcome. What if you don't mind me asking, not to put you on the spot in front of people, but what made you do those pieces? Are you studying makeup or? See, people don't ask me questions. I'm going to ask them because I will genuinely get like a little drowsy and sleepy because I didn't get much sleep last night and I had a lot to do today. So I got up early and yeah, I don't want to fall asleep while live on the internet. Minsky, you must like this Moon Knight guy since he's drawn. Yes, it's me who likes him so much. Not everyone else. Although that's not fair because I am very, 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 very fortunate that I drew something that so many people liked. Took a long, long time for it to happen. I was a marvel for years before this came along. You, Jacqueline, you work for your local health department in finance. Oh wow, that is very impressive. I don't know if you noticed, but I just draw pictures. It's cool you got a hobby like that, though. It's like the downside of doing this for like a living is that um, like I don't have hobbies because my hobby is my job, which I'm very very lucky to get it to be my job. But like there are downsides to it. Not I'm not trying to sound woe is me or anything, but it's hard to switch off, and you're just always doing the thing that you love, but it means you never stop. This makes sense. I'll thank you, Minsk. I've had plenty of practice to drawing. I would hope I do a decent job at this stage. Although I haven't drawn this costume in a while. Oh, Tetsuo, that's really cool. I've heard that from a few people saying that Moon Knight got the Moon Knight run I did with Warren got them into comics, and that's like one of the coolest things you could ever hear. I will say, for those that know it, Ultimates by Miller and Hitch is kind of what got me back into comics, because I was really into comics, but when I went to art college, I didn't have any access to comics, and I was more kind of concentrating on getting off with girls, because I went to an all-boys Catholic school, so I didn't really talk to girls till I was like 17. But so I kind of like, and again mainly because I didn't have access to comics really, but so I didn't really see comics for a while, and then somewhere in the city I was living at a new comic shop opened, and they started getting comics. I saw this random issue of Ultimates, and I think Planetary as well. Actually, I just remember thinking like, what the hell? So to know that like something I did is like that for somebody else is really cool. Just realised, Declan, I hope you're not getting in trouble for watching this at work. Is that light okay? Little... I need to replace the ink in this thing for this guy, sorry. 1 second. Where's my pencil case? There it is. Oh, one there. This guy. Oh, he looks good. He is also drawing, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. Sorry guys, I should have done this beforehand. Brian, the cover to Deadpool issue 15 got you back into. Wow, really? The cover got you back into comics? That's really cool. And it's so weird to, like, don't get me wrong, I like that cover a lot, but you never think, you're never really conscious the stuff that you're doing is really going to resonate, even though like other people's work really resonates with me. When you're kind of doing this stuff, the last thing you'll ever think is that what you're doing is going to matter to anybody, you know? Stokes, do you find you switch back and forth between the brush pen and the nib a lot while you're working? It's a good question. I try not to. I think I realised I just hadn't figured out. I basically roughed in his hands, but I haven't really figured them out. I don't think I can ink them as they are. I need to work out some more stuff here. So if I had, I would have just gone in with the brush pen. It depends. I kind of stick with overall form and bigger, broader lines with the brush pen. And I'll stick with kind of like sharper folds, sometimes bits of like I think I generally would actually use no, not for the more circular stuff, but here I use on some sharper like objects, kind of harder objects, and sharper folds, and that's generally detail you would do secondary, but then I might need to go back up and kind of clean things up. It's weird sometimes that maybe I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to like what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but they're good questions because I should really be aware. Yeah, so yeah, I knew there was something off here. So that was too short. Oh, sorry, Stokes. I answered your question there, so I hope you caught it. If not, let me know and I'll repeat myself. Up here. This pen is shite. Not a good one. I had a good pen. I should throw you in the fucking bin, so I should. There we go. Apologies for swearing. Oh, thanks, Brian. Brian's saying that he picked up a Deadpool comic because of my cover. Oh, did you? And you got a page, and it's the second piece of art you ever owned. That's really cool. Thanks, man. Oh, Brian, we met at Heroes last year, didn't we? Pretty sure. I've made a bit of a rookie mistake with this piece, and it's that some artists will, when they're drawing and they haven't properly composed an image, they'll try and shorten the drawing so that it fits. And normally with covers and stuff, I spend a lot of time preparing the composition, but I didn't with this. I kind of roughed it in, and as a result, I can see these forearms are very short. So you can tell I'm trying to keep in mind that I want it to fit in here. So I was subconsciously making his arms shorter. So I'm glad I caught that, because that would bug the shit out of me down the line. So I'm gonna redo those arms, because I know I want to fit his billy clubs in there too. Oh, I think I know what I'll do actually. I'm not really particularly comfortable kind of free styling drawing as I'm going. I like to really plan everything out, but yeah, that's cooler. Long box. You're back and you're moving quick on the singing. Oh, thank you. I don't. You might have missed the question I asked. I was asking if you would get in trouble if you're watching this at work, but maybe you're skiving off. I'm assuming you're American, so you still a work day. Till you fall. This Let's see. I did an Irish Hellboy. Oh, I remember now, yeah. They're my favourite Hellboys to do. It's just an excuse to draw a castle. I don't know if I told you with that piece that that's actually not a castle. It's the abbey near the village I used to live in. So it's an authentic Irish abbey. Okay, that's more. I think that's better than what I had. He's holding it in a more interesting way, at least. Let's see. Where's me pen? There it is. Thanks for all the responses, guys. Like I said, it keeps me conscious. Oh, all Harry. Hey, Declan. Hope you're well. Let's see, trying superhero Moonlight. Thank you very much. Stokes, if the nib split buggered on those pit pens, usually put it on rubber. Yeah, no, I don't really use the brush nib. Like this is. I assume you're referring to the brush one because I don't think you can knock into it. But I know the brush ones you can take them out. I remember finding that out, and it was like, yeah. Stokes means if anybody who's ever using these pens and they're not working, you can actually, or not working, but if the edge of it gets too frayed, you can actually pull this out, and there's another end on the other way, and you can just turn it around and stick it back in. But I don't really use those that much. I kind of stick with the brush pen. I use these for more technical stuff where I don't have as much luxury to be loose. With the dip pens. That makes sense. Where are we now? The nibs buggered, a bit heavy handed within the points tend to fail before the thing's empty. Yeah, I know. Good there. Sorry, stuck my hairy chin in there. Harry, how was it to see your Moon Knight design the Spider-Man cartoon? Oh, that's right. Forgot about that. That was so cool, is what it was. I think it was on at Christmas as well. So that was deadly. It's very strange to see something you kind of came up with in another medium like that. I'm sure McKelvey is having that with Captain Marvel right now. But it's weird. It's weird. I'm not going to say it's pure joy because it is strange, but it's definitely good. Brian, don't get in trouble, whatever you do. I like Jacqueline, that renegade. Oh, I have an intern with me enjoying her drawing. Oh, that's nice. I hope helping your day go by a bit easier. Hello, intern. Good. We need more. Sorry, I just finished reading your comment there. We need more converts for sure. I was going home for Christmas there around Christmas time, of course. And I kept seeing these like young girls reading like picture books and stuff. I kept thinking like, oh, I wish I had like a really cute comic on me, like something that a kid could read. I would totally give this kid like comic right now. And then I realized that would actually probably be very weird. You're out with your kid and some strange man comes up and goes like, hey, read this. I don't think that interaction would have gone as well as I hoped. Harry, it was a good episode. They got the gist of the character. So they kid finding. That's quite true. Like Moon Knight in that cartoon, he was very intense, but he was still. There's nothing like unsettling. I'm glad you liked it. Okay. A bit took a while to get right. Where's my rubber? There she is. Right, so now I don't really want to get too bogged down with too much technical drawing of the buildings, so I think I'm gonna draw them in, and then I'm probably gonna ink them pretty loose because it's more fun that way. Oh yeah, well, yeah, band's probably not a good look either. Okay, where's the? I just kind of pulled up like a photo of New York just to kind of roughly work from. I was just kind of make it up. It to New York, but I was trying to like look at actual photos to just get a gist of what I'm just inform the drawing a little bit. So I'm looking at a photo right now, but it's not matching. I would say it's 10% of what's in the photo. What is your favorite superhero cartoon, by the way? It's just got to be the Batman animated series. I'm sorry to have a very boring answer like that, but it just changed my life. But if you're looking for something more contemporary, I'm trying to think what's out in the last while. Pretty blank, to be honest. I think I would have counted like Venture Brothers, because I mean I know it's not technically a superhero cartoon, but it deals with so many of those tropes, and it's very deranged sense of humor, and yeah, that show spoke to me a lot. Which I think I'm 2 seasons behind. I watched it in a long time. I haven't really seen much of the Marvel content, to be honest. But I think I was on a cruise there a few years ago, and I caught a couple of episodes of the Avengers one, and it was pretty good. I only really saw that Spidey episode because Moon Knight was in it. just time. Time is not on my side. See what I did there? Just took a song and made it my thing. Oh, hey, Max. Oh, Longbox Earthworm Jim. Oh my god, I loved that show so much. Oh god, that was so good. I'd love to watch it again now. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. And I just remember the comedy being so, like, I don't mean mature, like it wasn't adult, but it's just the level of irreverence was so great. Let's give that another watch. Yeah, I remember watching some episodes going like, this is so smart. But I was like 14 or something when I was on. Sure, what I loved was Animaniacs. Loved that, but it's not superheroes, so. Max, I'm not sure what you're waving. Is it a flag of some kind? The pride flag? In any case, hello to you. Harry Fierce Batman or X-Men. Well, yeah, the 1992 X-Men was what really brought me into comics. There's no getting around that. All right. Venture Brothers is on. It's on all four, is it? It was on all four. Weirdly, I can access all four from Ireland. I cannot access the BBC iPlayer. I mean, which is fair enough because I'm not in the UK. But yeah, I'm not. But I can get access to all four. So I will totally watch it. I have no idea Venture Brothers is on there. Max gave me 5 cents. Did he? Oh wow, that's really nice of you, Max. Thank you for that bit of money. You really didn't need to. I don't do this for money, baby. I do this for the love. I also feel somewhat uncomfortable about making money from this because I already got paid to do the commission. So I know some twitchy people. That's what they're called, right? Twitchy people. I know they monetize this stuff. But, no. I'm just a simple Irish country bumpkin. Know nothing about your dollars or bitcoins or whatever you got. Longbox, wow. Declan, the Max, wow, yeah. I remember I didn't really like it when it was on because it was, if I recall, it was a lot of like still images and it would move around. It would kind of go on and on and on, but it was very unsettling as well. I was a very, very square kid. I didn't like edgy things at all. Now I'm all about it, like, but there it is. Sorry, I was looking for my this is a color brush pen I use. I think most of you guys know what it is by now. But so I will mix a little bit of Indian ink and water, and that's how I get my my wash tones. So I wanna do these buildings in wash. I don't really wanna, you know, get in with the rulers and stuff. Oh hey Wadley, the voice actors for Animaniacs will be get the fudge out of here, will they? Oh man. Oh, I must look that up. It's weird, like going to comic conventions because you don't really go as fans anymore, you know, because there's work to be done. But I whoop, nearly knocked the microphone there. Smooth move, Shalvey. You can tell I'm a professional. Sorry about that. I was reaching for my ink and I knocked over the yolk. The yolk is an Irish term we just kind of use for anything, basically. What was I saying? I was nerding out about something. I can't remember. Sorry. Oh yeah, you generally like have work to do with shows, so you kind of don't really nerd out. You don't have the time. But I did nerd out properly in New York a few years ago when I went to meet me and a couple of friends went to meet Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek, and we nerded out big time. Actually, more nerded out about Terry Farrell, who played Jadzia Dax, because we love her. Max, don't know if I saw, but I found your video. I did. I think I did see that. I think I liked that photo on the Instagrams, Max. Pretty sure I did. Looked really nice. Thanks for framing it. Dead Man's Pixels. Dude, I am so excited to meet Doug Jones this weekend. Oh, you're going to the Dublin Comic Con, are you? Yeah, you see, it's weird. I don't think I'll go say hi to. I might meet him in the if you're a guest at the Dublin Comic Con, there's like kind of a guests. There's a green room at the back, and it's entirely possible I'll just bump into him. But then I don't want to be weird and be like, "Oh hey, I know you from Star Trek," you know, stuff like that. Because I want him to think I'm cool. You know what I mean? I mean, no one thinks I'm cool, but if I can fool them for like 2 minutes, then I'm happy. Even though I'm sure they're well used to massive nerds. Widely, Doug Jones is super friendly. Oh, that's nice to know. Minsk, yeah, well, thank you, Minsk. Yes, I'm very cool. Did you notice how I nearly knocked over a microphone and I'll probably headbutt the camera at some stage? Super smooth. Cheers for all the chat, guys. I've noticed I can feel myself perking back up again. Yeah, I'm not really one for like super detailed backgrounds and like ridiculously detailed. I mean, I am. It depends. It's called for, but I find like with stuff like this, I much prefer kind of going fast and loose and like make some interesting marks rather than just like drawing blocks. Whistle the day, nature says beyond the So just dip this in black Indian ink and so this wanted a slightly darker value for some of this foreground stuff. Wadley, do you do original art trades with any artists? If so, anything stand out? Not too much these days. I did a lot more when I was starting out. And I kind of have pretty much a piece of work from like most of my favorite artists. There's still some I don't, but I've been lucky. I've a good few. I have like a Sean Murphy. I have a few Sean Murphys. I have Jorge Zafino. I have James Harron. Do I have Wes Craig? Maybe I don't have Wes Craig actually. Tommy Lee Edwards. I've lots of JP Leon. Just got another one recently actually. But I would say sometimes the commissions I get as for like straight up trades. I did one recently with Christian Ward because I did a cover for his Black Bolt book at Marvel, and as a result, he gave me like a Daredevil. I don't think it was a cover, but it was a piece he did, so that was nice. Which was nice. What did you get from JP recently? A friend of mine actually got me. I have to open it. Actually, it's right here. A friend of mine got me a page from Cyclops and Phoenix. Actually, I might just open it. But I have a lot of JP Leon. I have a page of his Black Widow. I have a page of his X-Men inked by Bill Sienkiewicz. I have... Oh, what else do I have? One more. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, a friend of mine got me this. It's page 16, issue 1. And if I recall, well, I have to look it up, but I don't think he inked it. I think it might be Sean Martinsborough inked it. Oh, that's class. I love this. Oh, he's so good. I love all these ballsy lines. I try have the balls to do that kind of stuff. Oh, his face is great. That lamp as well. It's very heavy-handed. Kind of, I'd expect it would be him. Let's look it up. Sorry about that. Should really know. Sorry, I'm just looking for my copy. Not sure. I don't know where I left it. It must be downstairs somewhere. Never mind. I'll look it up. But I know Sean Martinsborough was inking him a lot of the time. Seen Bill Ryan or ink him, and he's not the same. Or Tom Palmer as well. Anyway, where were we? Thanks for saying all the nice things about somebody else's artwork, you bastards. But no, he is the best. If you don't know JP Leon, I highly recommend you check out his work. He's like my art hero. And I think I've made it very uncomfortable pretty much telling him as much. He's known more so recently for drawing Creature of the Night, which is it's like a prestige series that DC are putting out. Slowly, admittedly, but I don't care. I actually, Joel, I should hang it up again. I asked to do a variant cover for Injection because, you know, I love his work so much. And so he's the only person to do a variant cover other than me for the book. Sorry, unboxing video. Yeah, it kind of was, wasn't it? Longest we can kind of mention what kind of sweet swag you guys get. Declan, hope I'm getting your name right, by the way. I think you'd be surprised the sweet swag we don't get. We do not get swag. We get comps for the stuff we work on, but that's it. Like a friend of mine just got me tickets to the premiere of Captain Marvel here in Dublin, but that's a retailer managed to get those. You'd think maybe people who actually work for the company might, but no. So it happens for us through like friends and stuff. You know, if they make T-shirts based off your stuff, no, you don't get anything from. Well, you don't get anything from it, so you don't make money from it, but you don't even get a free T-shirt or anything, you know. So zero swag, pretty much. Yeah, you see, it's essentially we're work for hire. As freelancers, we're work for hire, so we don't like own any of the we own the original artwork, but we don't really have we don't anything after that, which is, you know, that's the deal really. But there's some creators, like if you create a character that makes it into film and stuff, sometimes they like you can get some stuff in there, but that's generally movie companies doing it, not the actual comics or whatever. Or if you're doing creator-owned comics and something happens in that regard. Like I don't, you know, I see T-shirts of my stuff all the time, And I never thought it would bother me because I just never thought anybody would ever make stuff for my t-shirts. But then after I did Deadpool, the amount of Deadpool t-shirts I saw with my stuff on them, it's kind of getting a little annoying. You're like, I mean, come on. One or two is fine, but good God. You're just rubbing it in now. Minsk. All graphic novels. We definitely want a graphic novel from JP. Yeah, me too. I'd love a collection of his covers. He did like beautiful covers for The Massive and DMZ. I'd love if DC put out like a book of his covers, but I don't see that happening. You know what? Now. Change up the chillins. There we go. Start filling some in some of this black. Thanks, Minsk. I'm not really that good at drawing backgrounds. Like, I'm really making a lot of this up, but I think I'm good enough to like get enough information across so you understand the environment without like getting bogged down in detail. If this was like a cover or something, I'd go proper in and do it all. But for commissions, yeah, I like to be a bit looser with things. Yeah, I'm good at applying backgrounds. I'll go in when this is finished and I'll add a bit more detail just to kind of flesh them out more. But I'll wait till I've rubbed out all the pencil and stuff. Get what you mean, but I'm not that much into covers. I just like storytelling kind of comics. I agree, Minsk, but to me, covers are storytelling. It's just a different type of storytelling than, say, sequential pages. That's why I don't like splash page covers, if you know what I mean. Because I don't. Splash pages in the context of a story are doing a very specific thing, to my mind. But covers are different because they're trying to like communicate an idea in a single image, which is also for me also storytelling. Declan, nothing is better to me than when you have an awesome cover. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. That's why, like, a lot of the covers I do are kind of designy looking. Because it's more about finding, like, a strong image that communicates a story. And, like, this could be... I could do a version of this that is a Moon Knight cover for sure. And, you know, I'd try and make it look cool and whatnot, but it's the ones that communicate story, I think, are the ones that really last with me a bit longer. Have I been reading Gideon Falls? No, I haven't. I've been meaning to. I was teaching a class in comics. One of the students brought it in. I had a good look at it, and how to say this? I appreciate Sorrentino's work a lot. I wasn't sold on it with The Old Man Logan, but because I was reading that book when him and Jeff were doing it, so I think that's kind of why I slept on Gideon Falls a bit. But I will say every single image I've seen, to me, is kind of like, oh, that's really nice. So I think I'll probably catch up and trade, because I like the covers look great, the colors, the design, the whole. To me, that's a book with a really great aesthetic. I feel like I know what that book feels like, even though I haven't read it. And I certainly try do the same when I'm drawing a comic or when I'm doing a cover or what have you. So sorry for this, a very roundabout answer to your question, which my answer was no, I have not read it. But I will. It's good. Is there any American drink or snack that you are a fan of that you can't get back home? It's a good question. I'd say what I like a lot is like proper diner food. We don't really do that here. Like breakfast is like sausages and eggs, waffles and like all that sweet stuff, and putting chicken or sausages or whatever on waffles. Yeah, all that stuff we do not do. So that stuff is fun. Cracker Barrel. I miss Cracker Barrel. We don't have anything like that here. Oh, Cracker Barrel. Snacks though, like not really. I think with respect to your snacks are shite. I hate the chocolate in the States. It's rotten. Candy corn was fun. I didn't mind that. Candy isn't like we wouldn't say candy over here. We'd say sweets. I think a different type of sweets, like fruity ones or chocolate ones and whatnot. And my options were limited in the States because I didn't like the chocolate stuff. But the whoop. I'm trying to think, was there something in the States I liked particularly? Yeah, you do gluttonous food quite well though, to say, like desserts and stuff like that were always great. Oh god, I'm hungry. I will, Declan. Stuff I've like, I buy a lot of comics, but getting a chance to read them is a whole other thing because I'm just so busy. Like I have a stack of stuff on my bedside table. I have stuff here that I got picked up at the store today. What do I have? X-Force, Hellboy, Redlands, Daredevil, of course. Yeah, that's all I got this week. Now, whether I'll even get to read those is a whole other matter. Because I'll leave them by my desk, but then because I'm just busy working, they end up getting moved around, and then I don't know where I left a certain issue, and blah, 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 blah. Why am I complaining to you guys? I just sound like a wanker. But I don't want to be one of those people who go like, oh, I don't really read comics. Like, fucking make them. You should be reading them. I find it easier to catch up in single issues because I can like read a couple before I go to bed or something, you know. Traditional Irish breakfast, you can't go wrong with that. Longbox. Yeah, I'm a little behind reading Redlands. I've a bit of a connection to that book because my old girlfriend writes it, but and colours it. But I was kind of around when the book was starting and stuff, so I have a kind of a personal affection for it. What is my music on to? That's the one. Minsk, they'll have a new series by Dan Mora. I think oh no, no, I think Georgie. No, I think Dan Mora is doing a book with Kieran Gillen at Boom. I think is what's happening, and he has been doing the Buffy book. Well, the breakfast food is the best. Yeah, it is. I do love it. It was a totally new thing to me when I went to the States. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then I'd have a bit of it. I'd be like, this is the best. But you guys, you have a talent for putting stuff on other stuff that doesn't make any sense to me. But I love it. When I was in Boston, I had a burger that it was like a pulled pork burger, which was just pulled pork on top of a burger. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, but good God, it was amazing. G Matrix. There's a common thing people working comics don't read them due to being busy. Well, I know some people just don't want to do it because they get sick of looking at comics all day, and I just don't. I don't have any sympathy for that at all. I think if you're working in a certain craft, then it behooves you to stay on the pulse of things, you know. But time is definitely a thing. I don't not read comics. I just find it hard to keep up to date as well, or like stuff builds up. Like it's hard to read a trade or a graphic novel. Like I started a trade the other day, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. But comics are a little easier because I can just kind of sit down. Yeah, it's generally before I go to sleep. Ted Moore only did Boom interiors. He did some covers for DC, but I don't know him doing interiors for any other publisher aside from Boom. Yeah, I think you're right. I know he's done a lot of Transformers, and he did a book with Grant Morrison at Boom. I've seen him do covers of Marvel too, but yeah, not interiors. Which is bonkers. I can't imagine Boomer paying him what he's actually worth, but that's neither here nor there. Jacqueline, what kind of fun beer have you tried in your travels over here? I'm not much of a beer head, to be honest, Jacqueline. I am a very simple cider drinker. I drink cider, and cider is a little hard to get in the States. It's easier now. I've noticed in the last couple of years. There's more options, or I'll actually be able to find some in some pubs. But for the longest time, it was very, very difficult to get cider. But yeah, that's what I drink. I'm not much of a beer guy. Hesperus. Hello, everyone, and Declan. Hello, Hesperus. I've always seemed to arrive home when it's the evening stage. Yeah, Yeah, I guess so. It's been consistent. When I started doing these streams, I only showed the inking bit because I felt very insecure penciling in front of everybody. But I guess laziness took over because I didn't pencil stuff in time for the stream, so I just started streaming. Okay, this is getting a bit messy. I better put down a bit of tone on Moon Knight. Welcome. Matrix, I agree. Has been kind, so I do my best to read as well. Wadley, have they tried Bulmers? Are you kidding me, Wadley? That's exactly what I drink. Well, it's different. Are you in the sorry, just to clarify, Wadley, are you in the States or are you in the UK side of things? Because in Ireland, Bulmers is like an Irish drink, but in the UK, Bulmers it's actually a different drink. It's cider, but it's a different company that make it. So when I go abroad, Bulmers is called Magners, so it gets confusing sometimes. So yes, I definitely try Bulmers. Bulmers is what I drink, like 90% of the time. Jacqueline, have you tried some of these new micro sours? They're like a cider hybrid thing. No, I haven't. They're bringing out a lot more sweet ciders these days, and I must admit, I have a taste for the sweet things. But even at those, they bring out a lot of Swedish ciders, like the last while, and I actually even find those too sweet. Cider is sweet anyway, and I don't like super sour ciders either. But the really, really sweet ones, I can only manage like a couple, and then I feel like my teeth are rotting. Oh, Minnesota. Okay, so Bulmers is a different drink to what I have. The story is that it was two brothers had Bulmers, and then they had some row and split up. And one of them went to the States and set up a company, Bulmers, even though there was already a company in Ireland or the UK called Bulmers. So there was two Bulmers at the same time. But now Bulmers has become popular abroad, but couldn't use the name Bulmers because of the other Bulmers. So then they went with the name Magners. So, yep. I hope that was interesting. I didn't bore you as much as I just bored myself there, but. Your girlfriend loves Bulmers. Your girlfriend sounds like a wonderful woman with fantastic taste. Is extremely attractive, capable, impressive. Just an impressive person who drinks impressive drinks and in all ways is amazing. She sounds great. She had someone she was in Ireland. Oh, okay, sorry. So she's had a proper bummers. Well, not proper bummers, but proper bummers, really, let's be honest. Good on her. Yeah, that's what I'm fueled on. Not right now, but I choose to socialize. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline. Cheers. Yeah, it's coming together now. Good, I'm glad I didn't know she was listening. I never would have flattered her so aggressively if I'd known she was listening. But hey, you know, she deserves to hear it. Yeah, so I'm just going to rub out all this pencil. See, you know, I was trying to give the impression of backgrounds, but it might be a little too impression-y. Thinking I might just add a bit more detail to the foreground stuff just to give the impression that like there's more focus. So I'll whip out my pen, my tip pen again, and I'll actually dip it in grey wash and Brian, okay, time to head back and do some more. Cheers, cheers, Brian. Thanks for tuning in. Is tuning in the word? I don't know. Thanks for streaming in. That sounds gross. Thanks for streaming on me. Also gross. Yeah, there's just no way to do that in an acceptable way. Hesperus, what the hell are you talking about? Why haven't you read my Moon Knight? Go read it immediately. I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed to be in the same stream as you right now. You've offended me greatly. Am I just picking on people now? I feel like I'm just picking on people. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate it so widely. Again, nothing too crazy here, just when I kind of suggest more texture. And it's just suggesting. That's still quite rough there now. I've just got to clean him up. State of him. Fill this guy up. Yeah, come on, man. There we go. I'm just getting all the little shoddy bits of rough blacks and things. This pen is a bit of a pain in the hole. Pain in the hole being pain in the arse, buttocks, posterior, poopy area. I think you get what I mean. These comedic stylings are free of charge, by the way. You just tune in and listen to me lose my mind. Just not flowing as much as I'd like it to. Try and set that piece of paper. So I mean, I'm not getting like a consistent stream. It's kind of breaking up on me, just leaving it very dry brushy, which normally I'm into, but not in this case. See, that's not really going down very heavy. I need to go back to the other one. Check it out. That's off stream jokes here. Low. Yeah, sorry. I'm very, very, very simple man with silly, stupid jokes. What put that over? See if we can use that kind of fade to my advantage here. That's not too bad. The whole thing with Moon Knight is that I don't do washes on him. I'll do them on the black areas, just to separate the kind of black form from the white form. But it's a rule I made for myself when I was working on the book that he wouldn't be colored, he wouldn't be toned in color on Photoshop, and I wouldn't ink He'd only be inked in a straight black and white. So I've stuck with that with the commissions too. So if I want to do something like a shadow or whatnot, I need to go either full black or like do it in like dry brush or line. See what I mean? See what I mean? But it's a little too flat, so I'm going to need to go in and add it out. It's in here too. And more light. It's less dry, I can have more solid feathering lines. It's okay if they break up a little bit, I don't mind that. Just to have the control. Now we're getting places. Now we're sucking diesel, as we say. Nearly there. Oddly, I love your choice to do that with only white, no grey or colour. Cheers. I mean, you know, it's probably a little redundant now considering I'm not colouring any of these, but I feel, you know, make a decision to stick with it. That's the bones right there. What I also love when you choose to wash out a lot of the detail, leaving him with a white silhouette. Oh yeah, I mean I can't really do that in commissions because people want me to actually draw them, but it was a cool storytelling device in the book. I definitely tried to do as much as I could. Not to worry, Declan. Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually pretty much done here anyway. So thank you for thanks for the comments and the kind words. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing what you do next. Just touching up little bits here and there now, but it's pretty much done so. Oh, and buy in turn if you're still there, Jacob. Buy some comics. They're great. Tooth, gotta add any Kirby crackle in the background? No. No, that was a one-time thing. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Hesperus. Go read Moon Knight. There we go. Here's a cool to draw again. Yeah, nice one. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. I'm tired. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I have, I think, 4 more to do before C2E2, and it's in 3 weeks, so I'll definitely be streaming three more times. I might end up doing a commission just like not streaming it, depending on how time is, because I got work that needs addressing. But yeah, but I'll definitely be back next Monday doing another commission. Possibly Moon Knight, but I might just try to switch it up. Just for my own sanity. But thanks, Ben. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Minsk. Thanks, Declan and Wadley and Tooth and Hesperus and Brian earlier too. Oh, cheers. Thanks, Tooth. I try to be regular as I can. I don't start on the dot at 6, but it's generally at 6. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do this right now. But yeah, I know regularity is important because everybody has lives. But Screw you, Minsk. But yeah, thanks for minute, guys. Cheers. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, like, I don't know, lie down or have a cup of tea or something. But cheers, thanks for meeting, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.